What's up, YouTube? I got a review here for you. This is my Zastava N-PAP rifle, made in Serbia, formerly Yugoslavia. This is made in the Zastava factory, which is apparently a really good place for firearms to be made at. Now, I've had an IO Inc. AK-47, and I've seen a lot of different AK-47s, and honestly, I think this is probably the best AK you can get for the buck. I mean, if you want to get a step above this, I would go with Rifle Dynamics, Krebs Custom, that kind of stuff. So yeah, okay. This is an N-PAP, a little bit different from the O-PAP and other Yugo AKs. One thing is this receiver here is a standard AK receiver. This isn't the 1.5 millimeter thick receiver. This receiver is actually 1 millimeter thick. There's a lot of people out there doing a review on this rifle. The receiver is 1 millimeter. The O-PAP is 1.5 millimeters thick. So I don't know where they get 1.5 from. The bolt carry and bolt are stainless steel. They are not chrome coated. You can tell by the finish, and also if you look up on the website, it's stainless steel. The piston rod, I'm pretty sure that's chrome coated. All the tolerances on this rifle are tight, except for the bolt. You know, you got standard AK right there, but the dust cover fits on there tight. The hand guards, tight, no rattle. The only real loose part of this is the magazine. It's not too loose, you know, it's basic AK. It's not like the Romanians where it's all wobbly and stuff because they don't have this little dimple here, but this one has the dimple. It's a little bit bigger and a little bit of magazine wobble, not too much. I live in California, so that's what this little fucker is here. It's called a bullet button for you guys in the free states. I'm jealous of you guys. This is a Magpul 10 round mag. This is a Tapco 10 round mag. My rifle came with two of these Tapcos because I live in California. We can only have 10 round mags. I haven't had a problem with any of the mags. There's no steel reinforcements. The mags are fine. I really like the Magpul mags. Tapco mags are great. I'm looking for some 10 round, 30 round magazines that are like limited to 10 rounds that are made of steel to see how those look and feel in this rifle. You'll notice that the wood might be a little bit of a different color. That's because it came with a kind of like a bark colored wood, and I just didn't like it. I like the darker kind of reddish tint wood, so I sanded it down. I put some acetone on it, cleaned it up really well, put some fine sandpaper on it to get it really smooth. I got red mahogany stained that, and then I put a couple clear coats of satin on there. I didn't want it shiny or anything because this is a, you know, it's a battle rifle. Well, not a battle rifle, but an assault rifle. Well, not. You gotta be careful with your words here because, you know, the liberals. All right, this is a, you know, it's a rifle that you would use in battle, that kind. You know, I think the darker wood looks better and satin looks better. If it were a prized rifle or a safe queen, I might go with a glossy finish. Speaking of finish, the finish on this rifle is probably out of all the AKs my favorite finish. It's not powder coated, it's not parkerized, it's not spray painted. It's more of a almost like a traditional blue finish that you would see like on a Colt 1911. You know, I'm not sure what it is actually, but it's more of a traditional finish. With that being said, I like black guns, and I like how black guns wear when it starts to show a little bit of the metal underneath on the high points. I like that, and that's exactly what this one is going to do eventually once it gets enough use, and that's fine with me because it looks cool. This right here is hard as fuck to move because of the tight tolerances. You have to use pliers to pop that fucker up, which is great, I think. You got your slant muzzle brake. Front sight is a little bit different from the standard AK. Standard AK is kind of slope down right here. On the O-PAPs, you got flip-up night sights that are recessed in here, but not on the N-PAPs. Cleaning rod there, no bayonet lug. One thing different about this than other AKs are the front gas block, front sight, and all the parts on here look like they're machined. Some of the other AKs they look kind of like MIM parts, or you know, just they have like lines in them from like molding marks and shit. These look machined. You know, you got your stamped steel, obviously that's not machined. This front retaining pin is so tight, good luck getting that lever up and down on a regular basis. You need the arms of Hercules. On the Zastavas, I think on the Norinkos too, you got this little piece of metal here, which kind of goes into there a little bit. It's just to make this fit into the receiver a little bit tighter, and tight it is. I saw 3 other N-PAPs while I was at the gun store. I compared them all. They all had what I saw was the exact same quality. No canted sights, no canted gas block, no canted rear sight. Everything was straight. Rivets all looked good, professionally done. You got this little cutout here for this little fucker to go in so the bolt will stay open if you need it to. Cold hammer forged barrel. You'll notice it's a little thicker than an AK barrel, close to an RPK thickness. It's cold hammer forged, not chrome lined. I don't have a big problem with not chrome lined barrels, but it's cold hammer forged. Great strong barrel. If you watch any Polinar tactical videos on YouTube, P-O-L-E-N-A-R tactical, I think is how it's spelled. Polinar, the main guy who runs the fucking show, he uses the pretty much same AK, just a different furniture on it, and uses corrosive ammo and all that stuff. He shows you how to clean it out and all that, but that's what he uses, and it's a great gun. I don't need to vouch for it. It's fucking awesome. People use it all over the world. Your pistol grip here, it's got these finger grooves. I don't really like finger grooves, but on this it's not too bad. It's comfortable, but a little small. It's almost like a Nerf gun grip, that kind of small. I was going to replace this right away, but I'm going to hold off on that a little bit because I don't have a problem with it really. It's just, I don't know. It's not bad. I'll probably go with the US Palm. But down on the buttstock, that sucker's going. This is the longest, thickest, widest buttstock I've ever seen on any rifle, and I'm being serious and literal. Look at how thick this is. It's huge and thick. The cheek comb is high. You get this buttstock slaps you in the face sometimes if you don't have a proper cheek weld. So that's going off. Ace buttstock going on there, probably an M4 collapsible stock. That or a side folder or something. You don't have the tangs like on other AK-47 rifles. There's a bolt that goes through the back right into there. More like a traditional kind of stock. This rubber back here is super fucking annoying. It catches on everything. So that stock is going. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but Magpul Tapco came with 2 Tapco mags, limited to 10 rounds because it's California. No problems with either ones. Neither one have steel reinforcements, and still never had a problem with either one. Both great mags. Other people in different states still get a 30 round military surplus mag, and then I think they get a 30 round Tapco mag. But I live in a liberal occupied state, so you know, one thing that bugs me about a lot of these AK videos is I see a lot of them with their cleaning rods popped out and they're sticking out to right here. There's a little recess in there for the tip of this cleaning rod to go in there. I don't know if a lot of people know that. So yeah, stay tuned to my channel because I'm gonna do a complete review of the history of the Kalashnikov rifle one of these days. You got your sling swivel up here, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. A little bit different, a little bit bigger. If you don't like that, you can take this off, and pull this out and put everything back on without this. You got your scope mount here. From what I understand, is it takes standard AK scope mounts and also Dragunov type scope mounts, so it's kind of like a universal thing. Although, note that your AK mounts and stuff might sit a little higher on this. And there are some companies that make specific Yugo ones that sit at the right height. It says made in Serbia, or it doesn't say made in Serbia, it says Serbia Zastava. I've taken this to the range, no problems. It's always not, like when you first look at it, it's going to be a little different from after you shoot it. After about 100 times, it's going to break in and you're going to notice a different feel, like the bolt's going to rack back and forth a lot smoother. And this does have a very nice feel to it when you rack it back. It's smooth. Well, it's AK smooth. A little bit different than other AKs. You want to take this dust cover off, you got to push this button in, and then you can push this in. And then you can take off the dust cover. I'll try to do that here. I got to show you a little trick anyways. A lot of people have trouble with this. And it is kind of complicated. You just push that button, push this in. I'm going to pull the dust cover out, so I'm going to put the camera down for a moment. Ta-da! Tapco G2 trigger. Great feeling trigger in there. The safety is going to be extremely difficult to move up and down when you get it. So what you need to do is pop this sucker up a little bit, bend it outward a lot just to try and spring it back a little bit, and then see if that loosens up the tension a little bit. But there's the inner workings, basic AK innards. Don't really need to show you much there. You'll notice the front sight there. The top of it, I think it might, well, I don't know. Anyway, anywho, top of it doesn't have a finish to it. It's really easy to read the lettering. I might go with a Rifle Dynamics rear sight, which is rounded off on the edges, and the centerpiece of it's a little bit wider. So, Rifle Dynamics rear sight, look that up. Now, in order to get this dust cover back on, a lot of people have problems and they fumble around with it. It's actually easier to get this dust cover on than on standard AKs. What you do is push this button, push that forward, let go of the little button on the side, let go. It won't go all the way back. It's stuck there. Then you can put that little fucker on there. Hard to see this with the camera. Okay, there you go. Okay, it's sitting on there. Now all you need to do to lock it in, kind of put your thumb there so this thing doesn't shoot out and be all loud and stuff, but just hold that, push this button down. There you go. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. So that is my rifle. Beautiful rifle. Wouldn't trade it for the world. And it's pretty cheap if you don't live in a freaking liberal occupied state. Built tough, built awesomely tight, everything great. Buy one. It's Century Arms' new hot thing right now. So I'd definitely get one if I were you. Before they're out, or before they become illegal. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen. 7.62 by 39.